Here we are. I think we're on time tonight as well, aren't we?
I know.
Which is very unlike us. So I do believe it's 8:30. Might even be on a couple of minutes early. It's really, really creepy. Look, we've got a mist rolling in here. That's all you need for a ghost hunt, isn't it?
Yes.
So, and tonight we're at the Mount. We'll just look over it. We're at the Mount Torrens Hotel. So we've got Shane with us tonight. Thank you for Shane. Shane got us into here tonight, so we are very appreciative of that. And there's two stunning cars just there by the hotel. So now, when was the hotel built, Shane?
1850.
1850s. Now we're going to go and talk to Angie, I believe.
Yes.
The owner.
Angie.
Yep. And she's going to tell us what's been going on in the hotel. On a cold winter's night, you can come into the Mount Torrens Hotel and you can have a nice fire there, keep you nice and warm. We've just had some wonderful meals here. And look at this, look at the old style wood and almost like an English pub, which they are styling it on. They are doing renovations at the moment. The bar is my favourite. So the bar is made out of barrels and this beautiful slab of wood all the way around. I don't know where Angie's going, hopefully over here. Hopefully around to come and talk to us.
Hi.
And this is Angie, you own the pub, don't you?
Yes, I do, yes.
So how long have you been here for?
19 months.
19 months? That's not long.
It's not long. It's not long.
Usually
at all.
when I say, people go, oh yeah, we've been here 8 years. Or
Yeah, no, newbie.
newbie. And you're busy renovating, I believe.
Yes, we've restored the whole pub. So
Taking it back to how it would have been?
1862 building, so
Yeah.
we're taking it back to what it would look like in 1862.
Okay, cool.
So-
Now, you said it was built in
Built in
1850. So how come 1862?
So in 1850, the original pub was up at Barton Springs.
Right.
And that was when it was licensed, and then it moved here in 1862.
Ah, okay.
So there's a lot of discussion and discrepancy whether this building was built in 1852 or 1862.
Okay.
So it depends which
It's still
bit of
old.
research.
It's still
that you-
old.
It's still over 160 to 170
Yeah,
years
so-
old.
Conflicting stuff.
Yeah,
Conflicting
there's a lot of
stories.
conflicting stuff. So.
Obviously, you've got a few little things happening in here.
Yes, so I'm quite susceptible to spiritual beings.
Yeah.
So when we first came here, I felt a presence immediately. When we started on the back door first, which is the original door in the building, and then that sort of triggered some real presence in the place, a very agitated presence.
Okay.
Very much pacing, and you could feel the anxiety, particularly in the bar and certainly upstairs in the lounge room. And as we started peeling back layers of paint, the presence really settled, and so he was agitated and worried. I've seen him, so I'm calling it a him because I've seen him, and he's definitely a man. And so we think that he thought we were going to do something horrible to the place, and as we started to bring it back to the way that he would have remembered it, he settled really beautifully, and he's still here, but he's not agitated,
Which is good.
which is really good. Yeah.
And you said that very briefly you might have felt a female.
Yeah, I feel very strongly a male, but a couple of times that I've felt a different presence. So the male's very, you feel his energy, and my feet tingle and I get goosebumps.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll feel a soft presence. So it's much
Okay.
more of a feminine presence, and it would just fleet by.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop, doesn't make itself seen, but it would just fleet
You
by.
just feel it there.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what we get tonight.
it will.
And we may get nothing. It's like I say to you guys on here who are watching, is the chances of things happening on one night when we come in It's actually quite slim when you go in once. You've got to be there a few times. It's like it doesn't happen every night. It doesn't happen every day. So
when we first came, we hadn't done anything upstairs yet. We'd started a bit downstairs, and I took some locals up because they were curious, and they love old buildings, so they were curious as to what the upstairs looked like. So I took them up, and the children, one of them wouldn't go up the stairs because she immediately felt a presence. And then when we went up there, we were having a conversation. So it was the wife, the husband, the eldest child, and both females, all three females in the room, which was me as well, felt really strong presence.
Right.
And the child went, I can't stay here, I can't stay here. And she was worried. And I'm like, it's okay. It's fine, it won't hurt you. And so she stayed, and she was thankful that she stayed, but they felt it really, really strongly.
You happy to take us for a little look around?
Yeah.
So
I'll just quickly let my husband know that.
Yep.
Daniel.
So we'll show you around the pub. Look at this door, guys. This is the original door.
I'm videoing.
Look at the door handle. Look at that. I just love the door.
I know, it's gorgeous. Original
the
blacksmith
original
hinges.
blacksmith
They're
hinges
gorgeous.
there. Look at
This
that.
was mustard colour. Oh, the amount of layers of paint, I cannot tell you.
It's always
And I
slightly
love
off.
the wear marks in the concrete.
Oh, on the step, where over the years, so many people have stepped on that.
It's got that in the lounge room. I just love that. Where thousands of people have walked.
And it is such beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pub. So definitely, if you're up here, well, somebody shouted my name then. So definitely, if you're up here, Mount Torrens, come and say hello. The food, I will say, was to die for. And then we're going to go upstairs. So guys, we're going to do an investigation upstairs with you lot. Look at the staircase. They obviously have very little feet. Hang on, see if we can get the size of my feet. So I've got very small feet, and my foot doesn't even fit on the steps there. So they were much smaller in those days.
Stuff moving.
Now they are just renovating. It's a little bit messy upstairs, but don't worry about that because they are renovating upstairs at the moment. So I think she's just found our music box there, Kag.
Hey, it scared the life out of me.
I wish I'd had the video camera on that then.
I didn't jump, I was very calm. I was like, what is that?
Because we do have the music box.
So this is the lounge room.
Yep.
So this has always been the lounge room.
Yeah.
According to the plans. So this is where I feel presence very strongly.
So now it was George Dunn?
Yeah,
was
so
it?
George
Dunn.
built the building.
Yeah.
So when I saw pictures, well, I actually saw him first.
Yeah.
And I thought, I know that face. I've seen that face before, and obviously love history. So in years past, I'd read about the history of Mount Torrens. When I re-looked at it, that's the person I saw. So I very strongly believe that George Dunn haunts here.
I've got a photograph of the gentleman here. I'll just try and zoom in a bit. So there you go, that's George Dunn. So, and this room was used for something else once, which I think is fascinating.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So when the pub was first opened, they had a society. It was a secret society like the Freemasons, but it's called Independent Order of the Oddfellow and Foresters. So this was the room in which they met. And this creepy little peephole here.
It isn't a peephole.
It's not a peephole. That's a face hole. So people would walk in, and you were a secret society, so no one knew you were in it unless you were standing outside the pub at 7:30 on a Monday night when they met.
Which saw you coming in,
and they saw you coming in. But they would have to say the secret code, and this was a room here, a tiny little room with doors, and they'd look at your face, and then they'd let you in this door, and then you were allowed into the other room.
There we go.
So they met in this room.
Shane's gone to the other side. He just can't put his face to it.
There's
past the bed.
There's a bed there. He can put his hand in there. So you get the idea.
Yeah.
So So that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's
cool.
So,
So they were like bankers, lawyers, doctors. They were the Freemasons were builders. These were professionals.
they were the professionals.
Yeah, so they
So
secretly met in here and lent money and borrowed money and looked after people and we've got minutes from the meetings. It's fascinating.
maybe doing some investigating then. Are we able to get lights and things off?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
turn everything off.
If we can, yeah, if that's all right. And then say anything while we're not being
And
here.
as soon as the last customer goes, we'll go to the outside.
That's why I thought we'd start upstairs because then it's no
Yeah,
hurry
no, that's
because
fine.
there's no
That'll be the
sound.
last one
So
anyway, so.
that's all right. It's still quite dark in
I'll
here.
turn
So
all the lights off, but just be careful not to fall over anything.
we've got very quickly for those who are new, we've got Novelist, which basically says words. It's just reading the environment and changing the readings into words just to be very basic on that so we can hurry through. We bought gifts for him just in case. I don't know if he had Bundaberg looking like that back then, but
No, never mind.
never mind, eh? and
It's a
smokes.
thought.
It's a thought that counts, guys. EDI down here. So for those, it's got a range of sensors in there. If I do that, you'll see the vibration lights go off. All right. I can hear, is she coming back up the stairs?
No.
Because that sounds like it's next door.
Downstairs.
I can hear her downstairs, but it sounds like it. What's next door?
No, it's not the bedroom. It's got bunks in it.
That sounds like something moving in the bedroom next door, Kak. You want to just check that out? It does, Leanne. There's nothing bad here. I will say that. There is nothing. Nothing?
No.
Okay, nothing there? All right, sounded like somebody moving around next door. It's a very, very peaceful feel here.
It is, isn't it?
It is. It's a friendly feel to it.
When we first came up earlier, both Angie and I were feeling an energy in the room. I tend to pick up vibrations and things like that and pulsations of energy. And Angie was saying that she's been feeling it all day. So obviously George is hanging around. Well, that's her interpretation anyway.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Oh, I'm not in there.
And why is the music box going off behind the door?
Oh, the music box is going off behind the door.
Is that you, George? You coming into the room?
George, if you are here, you might be a little bit confused as to why us three strangers are in your room. So we're just going to introduce ourselves. My name's Alison.
My name's Kag.
And I'm Shane.
And we're just here because Angie, she feels you around the place and she just wants to know that you're happy with what they're doing. Just wants to know if you want to talk. She loves having you around. If that's you, making the music box go off at the door there, are you able to step away from it for a minute? Can you step away from the music box if that's you? Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
What's that?
Well, that was cool. Oh, I'm back again.
You just said a minute. It was a
Hey?
short time.
Yeah, it is. Well, we got the music box set up at the secret door, so that's kind of cool that it stopped when I asked. Thank you, George. I shouldn't call you George either. I should call you Mr. Dunn, because that would have been polite back then. So thank you, Mr. Dunn. If that's you. That was cool.
That was really good, wasn't it?
Well done, Mr. Dunn.
So, some questions. All right, so we've introduced ourselves and we're just assuming it's you, Mr. Dunn, from what we've been told. Is that correct? can you let us know, please? I've got a little box here. Now, this may be a bit strange to you because at the end of the day, I don't think anybody's been in and done this. So what we've got here is a little box, and I'm going to put it over here so I'm not doing anything with it. So it's over there. Is it possible for you to go up to that little box, that little orange light, and try and talk? Because we're going to listen back and just see if there's anything on there. You have the most beautiful place. And I think it's absolutely wonderful that Angie is restoring it, hopefully to how you knew it and how you would like it. Does that say you... That's just music box, guys.
Yeah.
Is that because, are you setting the music box off because it's a way of saying yes? Okay. So you do like what's being done. I can see that Angie's very passionate about it. Yeah? Thank you. But I'll listen to that when I get back. Didn't seem to get anything. You know, we come into these places though and we expect whatever's here to just know what to do with this stuff. It's like, can you do this? Can you light that up? Can you talk into a box? And it's when we get new locations as well, we usually find it's a couple of times going in that if there's anything there, if ghosts exist, they naturally, like us, have to learn maybe how to use stuff. I don't know how it works, and I'm not even going to pretend to say how it works. It's hard enough to prove this stuff exists without me saying, hey. All right, so what we could do is, what we like to do, we only have a short amount of time in here, and it's a case of, if it was me investigating, just me, not you lot, then I would sit up here and just monitor quietly, because basically that's what investigation really is about, is sitting for a long time just monitoring and occasionally calling out. However, because we're doing this for you and because we've got a short time here, short opportunity, it's why we're being very proactive tonight. So is Angie watching this? Do you know?
I don't know.
Because if she wants to come up, she can join in, because he'd be familiar with Angie, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you'd be more comfortable probably.
Than three strangers. I'm just thinking if we had Angie in here. What's the sound like, guys, from here? If I'm standing here, because lately it's not been very good sound when I've been at a distance. Hello, that's a
Click.
knock on the door then, little knock on the door. Are you all hearing okay?
That's Angie coming in.
I'm going to message them up.
Yes, yes.
She just got headphones set on, so she can't hear you at the moment. So just going to ask out some questions.
Do you have any questions you want to ask Mr. Dunn?
Let's just.
Why won't you settle? Why are you still here?
You can speak to that lady over there by the window. To Alison, she'll be able to tell us what you're saying.
Right, guys, the breathing could be me because I'm holding the camera, but I have to breathe, unfortunately.
You're forgiven.
Thank you.
Man, leave.
You want me to leave?
Yes, pub.
Oh, so you want...
Shall I go downstairs and have a drink?
Pub.
Oh, so you want him to leave the pub completely?
Does tend to only show himself towards women.
Oh.
I have thought you would have been used to men being in this room, being the odd fellows. Do you prefer women?
So do you want Jane to leave then?
I'm here.
Excellent.
That's good. Why do you prefer having women up here?
Men.
There would have been men here when you used to meet.
I've got somebody here telling me that you cheated on your wife.
He did. He fell in love with his housekeeper.
Yeah. Yeah, Rosemary told us that earlier, so.
British.
Yes, we've got 2 British ladies here.
What was the name of your wife that you cheated on?
These people.
Two of these people are British, if that's what you're telling us.
There's not a lot, there's a lot of interference. It's really hard. The only time that it came out clearly was man, leave, up.
Right.
And that was the only time I had really clear words. Apart from that, it's...
I feel like I'm not wanted.
So I said he actually always...
Hello.
I told you to come up.
I've got these lights.
I've got a phone call to say come up.
Yes.
Randomly.
Oh, sure. Oh, so your daughter was watching, is she?
He normally shows himself to women.
Oh, okay. So
No man has
shame
ever
here
felt
would
his
be-
presence that I know of. Well, since
Right.
we've been here, it's only been women.
Okay.
So he
It'd be
feels
interesting
comfortable
to
with women.
see what would happen if he knew.
I'm wondering if you leave, whether he'll be more open with us.
If I go
You can
downstairs.
go downstairs and
I can hold that if you want me to, because he certainly feels more comfortable around women.
Yeah.
He's certainly in his living life. He
Yeah.
wouldn't. He was. He fell in love with his housekeeper and had an illegitimate child with her.
Oh,
Didn't
okay.
divorce his wife,
Right.
so they lived separately,
Yeah.
and named his child his heir.
Right.
So he lived a very for the day. He broke a lot of rules,
Okay.
and I respect the man for that.
Yeah.
So I just wonder whether
Yeah.
when we start to ask questions about why he did what he did, why would someone these days do that? Because
Yeah.
they just fell in love.
Do you know what we could do? Why don't we put the portal on so that's running, like we did at the
Oh, yes.
St. John
Do both of them.
Franklin. So we run the portal, and I run with this as well. So we got 2.
Okay, guys, let's have some more
My
questions.
place.
Oh, so it is your place. So, Mr. Dunn, can you tell me your first name, please?
Brilliant.
We get along.
Yeah, we do get along, George.
I've got a lovely lady next to me here that you know, okay? So, if you're here with us now, can you tell me her name, please?
Don't. What was it?
Are you happy now that the man's gone?
Are you getting anything out? Anything out of that at all?
Well, I did ask.
Because it's all rambled out this. It's very much. Yeah, happy Angie's up here now talking.
Angie.
Hi.
Excellent, thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Excuse me. So, what was the 2 dates? That was supposedly open.
It was 1850 or 1862.
Okay. So, if this pub opened in 1850, can you say yes, please? Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Thank you, George.
You feel a lot more relaxed and settled because you've seen now that the pub is being put back to how it should be. Well, Mr. Dunn, if you're here, and if you are speaking to us, I thank you. We're going to go downstairs to the bar. And we're going to do a little bit more down there. Would you like to come down with us? Is that sure? I'm just going to turn it off. I'm just going to turn this off. Oh, that's it. Okay.
That was a very clear okay.
It was okay, wasn't it?
Okay, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a very clear okay. That was pretty cool.
What we're going to do is we're going to stop with this session now, so hope you've enjoyed it. As I said, we do it for you and we do it for just showcasing these places, so do come down.
Oh yes, come down.
Or up, down.
Up, because we're in the hills.
Well, it depends where you are.
Yeah, that's
Yes, we
true.
are. Up or
I
down.
sort of came across.
Yeah, I came kind of across up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So come on down or up to the Mount Torrens Hotel. Seriously, the food tonight, I had steak, it was gorgeous. I'll put a photo up of it tomorrow. It was absolutely lovely food, and it's a great place, great atmosphere, and you have Angie, so I'm sure if you see Angie behind the bar, she'll tell you all about George, the ghosts here. So come and support the pub, come and support tourism. And this is another thing what this is about, because a lot of tourism businesses are struggling at the moment, hospitality places, and it's just trying to showcase and trying to get you to go to these places to help support, because everybody's struggling at the moment. So, and the investigation, that's for you guys. This is why we do it, for you to enjoy. So here comes Shane back again.
Oh, Shane, what was it like to be kicked out, love?
Lovely by the fire.
I think it did get a little
Company was far
I
better
think
than
it did get a little chattier once in a while.
Definitely got chatty.
Did he?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm a pretty scary bloke.
I know. I noticed that too. Like I didn't want to tell you, but
So we're just going to do exactly the same thing, but we're now down in the bar. So now we did invite Mr. Dunn to come down and follow us and continue with our conversation. Shane was thrown out the room last time, so we're going to see if Shane can get thrown out the room again this time.
Throw me out the pub this time.
Yeah, so maybe on the Estes he'll be told to leave again. And we may just try doing a EVP session first. You should see your teeth.
yeah, I can see yours.
Not the best
But
light.
I've always wanted bright teeth. You definitely hear the feeling really strongly.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh, what was that? Something very small, but it's very, very small. There.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll listen back to that. So it's nothing, we're not getting any EVP. But... Hello.
Hello there.
Good evening.
And how are you?
You.
Who?
Can you see how many people are in this room? Would you be able to tell me that, please?
Who is it?
Well, my name's Cag. Sorry, it's a really strange name, isn't it? Can you tell me your name, please?
Actually, it just said the name George.
Ah,
Well, that's interesting.
Well, I'm glad I'm calling you the right name, or I'd feel a real goose.
do you prefer to go by the name George, or do you prefer we call you Mr. Dunn or Sir?
Oh, that was a very Scottish out.
Out.
Oot.
Oh, you're being
Are you
kicked out
talking,
again.
talking to me then, are you?
So, do you want Shane to leave?
Well, Mr. Dunn, I'm quite happy sitting here on this stool and it's cold outside, so I'm not going to leave.
Out. Please.
Oh,
Well, he's being polite now.
They can't not do it because he said please.
Mr. Dunn, I promise I'll be good. I'll sit here quietly.
how many people are there?
Goodbye.
Oh, please don't leave us. But the gentleman sat over there, his name is Shane, he's actually a friend of ours.
Not a lot.
He's not here. I can't feel him at all.
It seemed to be that out,
Yeah.
and then that was it.
He
It
wouldn't
was-
have had a Scottish accent.
No. Well, it was very strong. Oh, say Scottish. It was a very strong accent.
Oh, okay.
And Naomi's just said, why don't we just leave the owner here by herself to talk? Maybe we put the portal on.
Portal on. Are you happy to do that?
Sure.
Just to chat to him?
Sure.
That's a really good idea, Mary. Okay. Well, let's put the
But if he answers the question, what would he like me to do next? I'm a little over renovations and I'd like to take a little break.
tell him that. That's where you can have a conversation. I mean, even if he doesn't answer. Do you know what the impression I get? And I'm not psychic or clairvoyant. I get the impression that if he's here,
He's back.
he doesn't feel the need to chat. He said what he has to. Yeah, he's happy. Yeah,
He's not a chatty man.
he doesn't. Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting.
Mm.
He doesn't have to chat. He's like given what he needs to.
Mm.
Like upstairs is kind of what I'm getting. But we'll try. Be interesting to see what happens when you're not here.
George, it's okay. It's just you and me now and some weird instruments that are making noises at me. Yeah, I know. We're all good. George, is there anyone else with you tonight? I know sometimes I feel a female. Do you know who that is? Is there a female here as well? Is Mary here as well? Sorry, George, I might be mishearing, but it sounded like Bishop to me. Oh, it was Bishop. Is Mary a different Mary to your wife? What's the name of the lady that's here with us at the moment? Sorry, George, the others are coming in now. Thank you for communicating with me.
I got too cold. Sorry. Stand by the fire.
Cool, well done.
Are you all right with us coming back? Can you have
Excellent.
permission to come back, please?
Thank
You
you.
did well.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to sign off now, George.
You'll just have to communicate with me now through feelings.
I think you've confirmed a couple of things for Angie tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Let's just go through certain areas of the brain.
I'll see you tomorrow, George.
I've heard the bishop twice.
Yeah.
Is it him that's not in sanctified ground, or
Well, it was
who
an
was it?
unmarked grave.
It's an unmarked grave.
Unmarked.
It's sanctified,
Okay.
but it's
sanctified, but it's
unmarked.
unmarked. That's what.
Yeah.
'cause I'm-
And someone said on there, sorry, I can't remember who it was, that in the Anglican Church, the bishop resides over the funeral,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
which I don't know anything about church.
No, because I'm not.
So,
up in churches.
that maybe, but it was
Do you think that's still bothering him?
definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like he feels judged,
Yeah.
and that's why he gets defensive with the questions about his choices. Because he
that's
feels
probably why he
judged.
doesn't like moving around.
Yeah,
But I was just wondering why Bishop, because I heard Bishop more than twice. I heard it just
Yeah,
before we
I
turned
heard
off
it a
as
few
well. So
times,
it's,
yeah.
it's almost like that's a hang up.
it's either a hang up or because he said it multiple times when I was asking who else is here.
Yeah.
So whether the bishop is with him as well as the female that I don't think, guys, is Mary. I don't think that's his wife. It's another female. I don't think it's another lover. I think it's an independent.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you could have different time periods as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
think it's another person
I
from a
think
different
nothing
time
is
period
there was a
that isn't
Mary
actually
that
associated with his
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. There was a Mary that was one of the publicans. on
Yes,
that
there was a
list,
Mary who was a
Yeah.
publican. So I'm wondering whether she's actually the presence,
Yeah.
the female presence that comes in and out.
Well, thank you for letting us come, Angie.
That was
Pleasure.
brilliant. Thank you. That was really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Don, and anybody else that's here.
Sorry for being so offensive too.
I'm sorry for Shane.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
We apologise for Shane.
Saves me doing it.
All right. Well, Kang and me have an early start in the morning. So, and we had no sleep again for a long time. So, we're going to go and get some. Well, not probably.
Probably not, no.
By the time you get home, and I get home,
Yeah.
See you,
we'll be on
kiddies.
and off. Thank you.
Get a good night's sleep now.
See you guys.
Behave.